After the early revolts against French rule were crushed, Vietnam entered a new phase of resistance. No longer with swords and muskets, but with ideas. Two men stood at the heart of this transformation, Phan Bội Châu and Phan Châu Trinh. They were both scholars, patriots, and visionaries, but their paths were very different. Phan Bội Châu believed that Vietnam needed to rise up violently to win back its independence. Inspired by Japan's Meiji Restoration, he traveled to Asia, formed secret societies, and even convinced young Vietnamese to go abroad to study military tactics. In 1904, he founded the Dui Tan Hoi, the Reformation Society, calling for monarchy reform and armed struggle. He launched the Đông Du Movement, sending hundreds of Vietnamese students to Japan, hoping they'd return to fight for the nation. But Phan Bội Chau's dream ran into reality. Japan bowed to French pressure and expelled the students. His organizations were infiltrated. He was captured, jailed, and eventually placed under house arrest. Meanwhile, Phan Châu Trinh had a different vision. He believed in peaceful reform through education and modernization. He didn't want to return to monarchy. He wanted democracy. He believed that the Vietnamese people had to reform themselves before demanding independence. He wrote essays, opened schools, and gave public talks about freedom, human rights, and national pride. His most famous message: we must change our way of thinking before we change our rulers. He too was arrested and exiled by the French, but his influence reached generations of students. Together these two men, one revolutionary, one reformist, sowed the first modern seeds of Vietnamese nationalism. They showed the people that resistance was not only a matter of guns, but also of consciousness, identity, and vision. Their legacy would inspire the rise of a new generation, a generation that would soon speak the name Vietnam with one purpose: independence. In the next episode, the rise of a new force, the birth of the Indo-Chinese Communist Party, and the emergence of a young man named Nguyen Ai Quoc.